Welcome back to another episode of Seduce Me. I can't wait to find out what happens today. Come along and play with me. I was standing alone. The entire classroom was filled with laughter and chatter, and I stood in the midst of it, quiet and alone. It was very strange seeing the whole world pass in front of me with such vibrancy while I stood there. On the plus side, I wasn't engaged in any of the drama that might have arisen, like scribbling on someone's paper for revenge or kicking someone too hard. Just kind of nice standing back and watching things pass by and life go on. I had long before convinced myself that I preferred being alone. I often said to myself encouragement, yeah, I want to be alone. There's no one I like better than me, so I ought to spend more time with myself. But there was certain bitterness that, coupled with being alone, that made me feel so sad. There was a difference between being alone and lonely. I just didn't realize it at the moment. And even after that moment, my father, my mother, there was no one to turn to. I was so lonely. And that's when I decided on it right then. I was going to go see my grandfather. I didn't care if my father wouldn't take me. I was going to walk my way over there and see what he had to say about it. I had never seen him before that. That doesn't make sense. I had never seen him before that. What better time to see him then? If no one else was going to help me with what I was feeling, I might as well have turned to him. After school, I decided to walk there. I had no idea how to get there, and I was armed with only a scrap of paper with an address scribbled on it. And as a 7-year-old, I obviously had great ideas. I soon became lost, and like I always did when I felt lost, I just stood there on the sidewalk, back pressed up against the wall, and eyes looking at the strangers passing by. And like always, people continued to pass by, and life continued to go on. I was sadder than ever. I had ended up in the situation I was originally in. Nothing changed. I thought that I was silly for even thinking that I could change things with my own hands. That was until a voice brought me back into reality.
Hun, is that you?
I looked up and saw an unfamiliar face, but it was obvious that whoever it was talking to me knew who I was. And from that moment, things began to change. Life began to move its rusty joints, and I realized that things were moving along. Suddenly, I'd become a part of a crowd that moved like a blur past me. I was no longer someone who stood still and watched others hurry past me. Life had changed. I had changed, because I was the very person who had found me that day was my grandfather. I had the opportunity to help them, though would I? I wanted to. I wasn't very sure if that was the best idea. After all, 5 demons in my house wasn't exactly the living arrangement that I imagined when I first moved in. There was a matter of making sure no one found out about their powers. Thinking about them as lab rats made my stomach queasy. And even if they passed for humans, how would I explain having guys live in my house? Imagine if my friends came over. They would practically think I was a part of a Harlem or something. Oh God, imagine if my parents came over. I think my mom would faint. Who knows what my dad would do? I think he would have them arrested on the spot. Ugh, this was hard. Maybe I should have written out a pros and cons list before actually having had to make the decision.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
It was strange, but I happen to remember what my grandfather said to me when I was little. But it did kind of make sense. They weren't in the same situation that I was in before, but I did want to help them out. And I think it would ease my conscience and also make me a bit happy to give them help, as weird as it sounded. Clutching my hands into fists, I strengthened my resolve to speak up. Well, you could...
What was that, lovely lady?
That is,
Spit it out already.
Well, you can stay here with me if you'd like. As soon as I finished my sentence, the room became still. I'm not sure what went through their heads from my words. The silence in the air cut like a knife, until I spoke up once more. It seemed like you all needed a place to stay, and well, I just moved into this giant house, so it seemed like it made sense. It was still quiet in the room, so I decided to keep talking. If you would like to stay here, though, there are 2 things that I need you all to follow.
Yes?
First of all, you can't use your powers or deliberately do something that might harm me or any of the guests that come over. We'll save that for enemies, but you get the drift.
That sounds reasonable.
Second, you have to help me with errands around the house. This place is kind of big, so, yeah.
That is a generous offer, miss. Are you sure that would be okay? We don't wish to burden you any more than we already have.
It's alright, really. I mean, I just started living here myself, so I would appreciate some help around the house.
A wonderful idea. We'll live here and train while helping you with the house. Servants for the lovely princess.
What? Are you serious?
Shh, be quiet, Sam. I haven't slept in a bed for days.
Oh, poor Matthew. They all seem to like the idea, except for Sam. And hey, I didn't really hate the idea either, even if they were incubi. It'd be interesting having 5 guys help me take care of the house, given they would have to follow the rules that I just laid down.
Grr, fine, but we're not staying here forever. Only until we can beat up that group of punks.
I think that is a reasonable time limit for our stay.
Yes, this is awesome.
Also beautiful. If you need a bedfellow.
Eric, knock it off.
I was happy that they agreed. Maybe it's because I wasn't going to be lonely for a while. Maybe it's because they all needed help, and my want to help people was fulfilled. I could never be sure.
So what are we waiting for? Let's celebrate and dig in.
Finally, I'm starving.
Instantly, Matthew and Sam began to stuff themselves with food on the table. I noticed James' eye twitching in irritation, so I stifled my incoming laugh.
Really, you two? You're both acting like pigs.
Oh, let them have a little freedom, James. It's not like we've eaten recently either. I'm sure they've been starving.
Still, that's no excuse for stuffing their faces like backyard swine.
I almost couldn't hold it in. I couldn't hold in my laughter anymore. As I laughed, Matthew and Sam looked away, their faces stuffed.
Is something funny? What are you laughing at?
I stopped to catch my breath, leaned over the table, and took a few breaths before replying. You both are so funny. Both of their faces turned a slight pink before they looked away from me, and they swallowed the food in their mouths.
Shut up! We're not funny. We're hungry.
Well, we're glad that we made you laugh.
Shut up, Matthew!
What? I'm just saying.
See, James, it's entertainment for her.
They were so funny to me. At least they enjoyed the food. As I watched, I took a couple pieces of food for myself and placed them on my plate before eating as well. Eventually, we all ate dinner together. It was strange, eating with just guys, but they were enjoyable to be around. They made me feel like a part of their family as we ate together. However, our peace was soon disturbed.
You turn the tables on me now, you drop me into
Huh? It's my mom. Excuse me. Hello?
Hey, honey, how are you? I'm sorry I didn't get to see you off.
Hi, Mom. Everything's fine. I'm practically eating dinner right now.
Oh, good, good. So there was food there. Well, your father wanted me to call and talk to you about having a house party tomorrow night to celebrate the new house and all.
A house party tomorrow? So soon?
Your father insists. You know how he is with events.
I knew exactly what she meant. He didn't like long, relaxing periods between important events. It was slightly messed up. And expected to act on a drop of a dime, from moving in immediately the day after the funeral of my grandfather's house to now organizing a party? I know. Well, since I don't exactly have you two up here to help me arrange it, I'm just gonna need some time to prepare some things.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, Suzu and Naomi can help. I have work, and you know how your father is.
I know. I have to do it myself. He won't help.
I'm sure it'll be amazing, honey. I have faith in you.
Thanks, Mom.
All right, I gotta go. I love you, sweetie.
Love you too, Mom. Great. Now how am I gonna do this?
Is something wrong?
She has to organize a house party for her parents.
Huh? How did you... Oh yeah, mind reading. But yeah, I gotta do it soon or my parents are gonna be really disappointed. I have to stay up and organize everything tonight.
Hey, why don't we help you? That's what we're here for, right?
I don't see why not.
I can name a few reasons why we shouldn't.
Sam?
Back off!
We'll take care of everything, miss. Just leave everything to us.
That was surprising. I didn't think the boys would offer to help right off the bat. I couldn't help but smile. I was actually rather thankful now that I let them stay. Now I didn't have to do everything alone. As I kept thinking about it, I couldn't help but yawn.
Feeling a little tired over there, Princess?
Yeah, it's been kind of a long day. At least tomorrow's the weekend, and I get to sleep in. Then it hit me. Wait, where are you all gonna sleep?
We found some guest rooms on the opposite end of the house from the master bedroom. I'm sure those will do just fine.
Oh, got it. Alright. Well, I'm gonna head to my room to study and sleep. I guess I'll see you all tomorrow?
Have a good night.
I will. You too. With that, I left the dining room and went to my bedroom.
Eric, no.
What? I wasn't going to do anything.
Yes, he was.
Shh.
As soon as I got into my room, a wave of exhaustion hit me. Why am I so tired all of a sudden? I just woke up from that nap. I dragged myself to my bed and hauled up one of my bags. I opened it and grabbed my economics book, knowing that no matter how tired I was, I had to study at least a page or two before sleeping at last. The words on the page scrambled my mind as I read through them, but after 2 or 3 times, I managed to understand what the page was about. Equations. Ugh. I finally decided to change into my pajamas and head to bed. Today had been a long day, and I really needed the rest. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. 3 days of surprises in a row would probably kill me. With that thought in my mind, I drifted to sleep, embracing the darkness of slumber.
You fucking pretty boys think you're all that, huh? Well, save that to the end of my pistol!
Huh? What's going on? I couldn't move my body. I felt like I was tied up and I couldn't see anything beyond the darkness that surrounded me. Yet I can hear the sounds of a heated argument coming at me from all different directions.
One move and she gets it!
Let her go!
Matthew?
Come on, chicken shit. Fight us like a real man.
Like you scare me, Sam! Come on! Take one step, I dare ya.
Why can I not see?
Stay away from her, Malix!
And what are you gonna do, nerd boy?
Suddenly I felt myself pulled to a side and arms wrapped around my body protectively.
I've got you. Don't worry.
Huh? Eric? As I was held in a tight embrace, I felt the world around me settle into a low, peaceful hum. The hostility of the dream before had faded into black as the arms around me rocked me comfortably. Slowly, though, my eyes fluttered open, and I looked up at the person holding me. Damien? I stared into the eyes of Damien. His face was painted with worry and concern. I knew he must have seen my dream. Why did I dream of Eric holding me, though?
You can't control your dreams.
Oh, well. I guess you're right.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. What time is it?
It's 9 a.m. James and I were making breakfast when well...
You can't control your mind reading?
No, not yet at least. I hope to learn eventually, though.
Is everything alright?
Huh? Yeah. I'm alright.
That's good. I'm assuming you had a nightmare.
Yeah, sorry for disturbing you both.
You didn't disturb us, miss. Besides, we'd rather make sure you're okay before anything.
Oh, well thank you.
Now, why don't you come downstairs with us and have some breakfast? I'm sure some nice food will take your mind off of what you dreamt of.
It was embarrassing to be the damsel in distress once again, but I felt happy that James and Damien were concerned for me, despite only knowing me for a short time. I wasn't sure if it was just courtesy or if they were actually genuinely concerned. I couldn't exactly read their minds now, could I? Alright. Wow. Today's episode was crazy. Who would have thought that would have happened to us? Make sure you join us tomorrow. We have a lot more fun planned.